Hi everyone, I'm Josh.
I'm Gabe.
From Balance Buddy Rehab. Today, Gabe and I are going to show you how to improve your hip mobility. You might say, well, why is that important? Well, for many reasons, okay? So, a lot of us know that sitting slumped is not a good idea. Gabe, what happens? Not a good idea because that's going to strain your neck, your back, lots of things. But many people don't know that it's actually your hip mobility that contributes to whether or not you can sit up straight or not. Sit up straight. See, Gabe, when Gabe did that, he has to roll his pelvis. In order to roll his pelvis, he had to move through his hips to do that. So that's just one of the reasons. Also, if you're a golfer and trying to swing through in your golf swing, you need great hip mobility in sport and lots of other everyday activities. Hip mobility is key to prevent compensations from going up and down the body, creating either knee pain or back pain. So hip mobility is needed. So we're going to show you ways to improve your hip mobility, a few simple exercises, some of our favorites. So Gabe, here's a lacrosse ball. So an easy way to help release the buttock muscles is to sit on a lacrosse ball, literally, and roll around on it. Now that can be painful, so use your hands to lift up. And if that is really painful, of course, you can do it along a wall instead of sitting on it. Okay, if you do this and you feel any nervy type pains, sharp pains, stay away from that area. The sciatic nerve is in there and you don't want to spend too much time on it and irritate that. But after you release those buttock muscles, then you kind of come in there and Gabe, let's show them one of our favorite seated stretches there. So just grab your knee and pull it up across to the other side of your body. Okay, and so see Gabe's pulling it up towards his opposite armpit. Now sometimes people say, oh, that grabs me in the groin, it hurts my groin. You want to feel the stretch in the buttock muscles. So if you're doing it and you feel it in the groin, then we need to modify a little bit. Gabe, put your ankle on top of your other leg there. Okay, and then pull the knee across, like so. And then that gives you a good stretch there too, and that stretches the buttocks. As Gabe was demonstrating just a moment ago, you can also push the leg down and lean forward, and that stretches a little different muscle group. That's gonna stretch the piriformis a little bit, okay? And so that's stuff you can do at any time. But a more functional stretch that we really like to do is gonna be, Gabe, let's show them the one up on your all fours here, please. So I like this stretch. Gabe's going to sag his back and then shift his hips down into the side here and try to get a stretch in the muscles right here. The reason that's a really great stretch is because with his pressure, with his knee on the mat here, it's pushing back this way and really trying to stretch that back capsule of his hip. And what's great is Gabe can go to the other side and see if that side feels different than the other side. So it's great because you can shift side to side and make sure you have symmetry in motion between each side. Come back this way, Gabe. So one of the things we try to tell our patients is, number one, you got to sag your back so that you don't get too much of a stretch in the back. You got to sag your back to lock the back and shift over so it's going down into the side. While he's in that position, I ask him to put all his weight onto the leg that he's leaning into that stretch on. Doesn't mean lift any of the other extremities, but he's just trying to put 90% of his weight through there. Again, it makes him push out and give a really aggressive stretch through this area. The hip is a ball and socket joint. So Gabe should be able to come up here and show you kind of a half moon kind of movement there, pun intended, going through here to try to find a stretch in that most important spot or where he feels the most restriction. So he can stop at any point in that half moon or that semicircle movement there and find the most important stretch. So it's really a way to self-assess and get the most stretch out of there. So we love that. For our, for pre-activity and also just to have that self-assessment and get the most mobility possible. There's lots of other stretches you can do, guys, so you can certainly search on YouTube and other places to find a variety of stretches, but these are some of our favorites. So hope this helps, and tune into our other YouTubes for further information on hip mobility and spine health.